Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and we are here to talk about the best bets from the European football on Saturday, April 22nd. Well, guys, we decided to do this videos a little bit more differently than we did before, which means there won't be a separate video for each league anymore, and we decided to put everything together in one video as the top bets of the day, and that will kind of save you a bit of time because you have to watch only one video to get a significant amount of free picks. And in this video, you will get 15 free picks for Saturday. Those are, let's call them, the top bets of the Saturday that we have from the biggest games, the games that mean something, the games between the big teams and whatnot. So that's kind of a direction that we decided to go with, and I think it's gonna do very well because, like I said, it will save you a bit of time because you don't have to watch 5 different videos or 6, but you will still get a pretty high amount of free picks, and that's what this is all about, guys. So like I said, in this video, you are getting 15 free picks for Saturday from all of the top 5 European football leagues, and we have one game from the FA Cup that is between Manchester City and Sheffield United. So without further ado, guys, let's get it going. We are gonna kick it off with this EPL matchup between Fulham and Leeds. A matchup between two sides that are not doing that well right now, conceding a lot of goals. However, Fulham did get a win in their last game against Everton 3-1 on the road, and they will definitely look to continue that positive trend. As far as Leeds goes, they're above the relegation zone right now, but they could end up down there very well if they don't get a point soon. And this is the game that they should definitely go for the win because I believe they have enough quality to do that. And on top of that, Fulham is once again missing a few players because of the injuries and suspensions. So in this match, guys, I think it's going to be highly competitive. And in this one, I'm going with both teams to score. It's minus 141. I think that's decent enough to open the day in the EPL. For our second game, guys, we are going to go with Brentford and Aston Villa. And on one side, we have Brentford, who was more consistent team for pretty much the entire season, and now they are on a huge losing streak. They haven't won any of their last 6 games. While on the other side, we have Aston Villa, the team that's on a 5 game winning streak. They haven't lost any of their last 8 games in a row. They have kept a few clean sheets. They actually haven't conceded a goal in their last 2 games. And honestly, I don't understand why they are such big underdogs here. I know that in the head-to-head matchups, they haven't won a lot of games, and the away team hasn't won a single game in this matchup, but I think that's about to change. And at this plus 188, guys, I'm taking Aston Villa on the money line. It's simply the price that I cannot miss on, and I think that Aston Villa will keep their nice winning streak alive. In the next game, guys, we have Crystal Palace hosting Everton. And Crystal Palace is on a pretty big spell right now. They are on a 3 game winning streak. And during this 3 game winning streak, they have scored 9 goals, which is quite the improvement for them. And they also kept a clean sheet against Southampton in their latest game. As far as Everton goes, they lost to Fulham at home 3-1 last week. But just before that, they had a few positive results. They got outside the relegation zone. And even though they're still fairly close to it, they could still end up being relegated. But as of right now, they are safe, and they need only a couple more wins, I would say, to kind of secure that EPL spot. But as far as this game goes, I think that these two teams are fairly evenly matched, and even though the form is on Crystal Palace's side, I think that Everton gets at least the draw here. So I'm taking Everton on the double chance at minus 139. In the next game, guys, we have Leicester against Wolverhampton, and this is one of the games where I decided to go with my gut. I know that when you look at the head-to-head stats, when you look at the current form, there's no way in hell you would side with Leicester City, but I just think that this is the game where Leicester will finally snap their losing streak, where they will finally get a win, and even the books seem to think so, even though Wolverhampton is in a much better form right now. So I'm gonna go with the books here on this one, guys, and I'm gonna take Leicester on the money line. It's plus 143 right now. it's time for them to get back on the winning track after 10 games without a single win. And honestly, with them being in the relegation zone and fighting for that EPL spot, they definitely need a win from this one. The final game of the day in the EPL, guys, is between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. And we have two sides on a completely opposite sides of form once again. Liverpool undefeated in their last three EPL games. They have been playing a little bit better, especially in that attacking end, creating a lot of chances, scoring a decent amount of goals. And I think this is going to be a good game for them to kind of keep on building upon that and at least try to get to that Champions League spot. Nottingham Forest, of course, hasn't won any of their last 10 games. They still have a lot of injuries, and now they're playing against the team that has lost only one home game this season. I think this was going to be all Liverpool, guys, and once again, I think that they will create a ton of chances and score at least 3 goals. So I'm going with Liverpool team total over 2.5 in this one. And like I said, guys, we have that FA Cup semi-final matchup between Manchester City and Sheffield United. And we can see that they are massive, massive favorites compared to the plus 1700 for the Sheffield United on the road. And honestly, I think it's going to be all City here. City is coming off of that Champions League win against, not a win, Champions League draw against Bayern Munich, and they knocked them out. But with this being a single leg semi-final game, of course, surprises do happen, and Sheffield United could definitely pull out a miracle here. But then again, City is on such a good form right now. They're in such a great goal scoring form as well, defending really well. I think that this is going to go City's way quite easily. But personally, I decided to go with over 1.5 goals in the first half. As you can see, it's minus 124. I think City will try to put this one to bed as soon as possible, and I think they will be quite successful with that. It's time to move away from the EPL, guys, and we are shifting to LaLiga right now. And in LaLiga, I have 2 picks for you, and we are going to start it off with this Osasuna versus Betis matchup. That's the opening game of the day in LaLiga at 8 a.m. And I think this has a potential to be quite an interesting matchup because both of these sides have been playing decent football as of late. Osasuna has been much better defensively throughout the entire season, but Betis has a lot more offense, and offensively they are a much, much better team. But I have a feeling this is going to be a very rough game, a game with not a lot of chances, and I was actually trying to take the under 2.5 in this one, but it was at minus 180, so it was definitely not worth taking. But I think this is going to start very, very slow, guys, and for that reason, I'm going to take first half draw at plus 102, and then I think that whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen in the second half. But if I had to choose a side, I would always pretty much go with the side that has more offense, and that is Betis in this game. So personally, I'm going with the first half draw at plus 102. And the second game of the day in La Liga that we are going to talk about is between Real Madrid and Celta Vigo. That is the last game of the day, guys, 3 p.m. Eastern, and Real Madrid once again is coming off of a nice performance in the Champions League. They have beaten Chelsea 2-0 on the road after beating them 2-0 at home. And even though La Liga might be out of their reach, they definitely want to stay in that second place and qualify straight away from the to the Champions League. And then again, it's very important for them to keep their form sharp and keep winning those points, keep scoring goals, and keep playing well. Because they will be playing in the Champions League semi-finals pretty soon, and they will be playing against Manchester City, which is not going to be an easy game. As far as Celta Vigo goes, guys, they were undefeated for a while until last week when they lost to Mallorca at home 1-0, and on top of that, they also conceded a red card. And that is going to be a huge deal for them because when you face Real Madrid, you need every single player you can get, and you need that depth, you need that quality on the bench, which Celta Vigo still has, and they have been playing in pretty good form. They have been scoring goals, and honestly, I think that they will score a goal here. However, I don't think they can go toe-to-toe with Real Madrid. I think that Real Madrid will get a win here, and for that reason, I'm going to go with Real Madrid to win and both teams to score, and the price for that is plus 175, guys. It's time for our Bundesliga picks, guys, and we have a few interesting matchups. And the first one we have Mainz against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich got knocked out of the Champions League. They got knocked out of the DFB Pokal as well. And Bundesliga is now the only competition they are playing in. And even though they are at the top of the table right now, they have only 2 point advantage over Borussia Dortmund. And if they don't get a win here, they could seriously jeopardize that title run they have. Offensively, still the best team in the league, but Mainz has been doing some extraordinary things as of late. They have been scoring quite a lot of goals, actually undefeated in their last 7, 8, 9 games in a row, and I think that they could potentially be a real threat to Bayern Munich here. Maybe not to win the game, but definitely to get on the scoreboard at home, and that's exactly what I'm counting on, guys. I'm going with both teams to score in over 2.5, minus 118. I think this was going to hit here, and I think it's going to be a nice winner for us in Bundesliga. For the second matchup, we have Hertha hosting Werder Bremen, guys, and this is a bit of a relegation battle, so to speak. Maybe not for Werder Bremen, but definitely for Hertha Berlin, who are in second to, actually they are at the bottom of the table right now with 22 points, and they're now 5 points away from the nearest safe spot, while being 3 points away from that promotional relegation playoff spot. Hertha Berlin has been showing some signs of life. They had a bit of offense going their way, but then again they conceded 5 goals against Schalke last week, who are their direct competitors to stay in the league. And now they need to look for points against Werder Bremen, who is on a bad run right now. They haven't won any of their last 6 games, but this is the team that has been scoring goals quite consistently, and they have scored at least a goal in their last 7 games in a row. I think that Hertha has to attack here. I think they will get on the scoreboard, but then again, I don't see them keeping a clean sheet here. So, guys, I'm going with both teams to score at minus 139 in this Hertha Berlin versus Werder Bremen matchup on Saturday in Bundesliga. And the final game of the day we have to talk about in Bundesliga is going to be between Borussia Dortmund and Eintracht Frankfurt. That is the big derby matchup at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and this is a game that Borussia Dortmund has to win. They simply do not have a choice, and luckily for them, they are facing this Eintracht team that has been struggling, the team that hasn't won any of their last 5 Bundesliga games. And I'm gonna go with Borussia Dortmund. I'm gonna give them a bit of a benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna go for the high value here, and I'm taking Borussia Dortmund to win and both teams to score at plus 180, guys. I think, like I said, they simply have to go for the win, and if they want a title, they have to get a win out of this one. It's time to move on to Serie A, guys, and we have only 2 games in Serie A on Saturday, and the first one is between Salernitana and Sassuolo. Salernitana is on a 6-game draw streak right now, and in each of those games they have scored at least a goal, and that has gotten them pretty far away from the relegation zone, and I don't think there's a lot of pressure on them right now. While Sassuolo on the other side has been playing really well on both ends. They have been keeping clean sheets, they have been scoring a lot of goals, and maybe with a little bit of luck until the end of the season, they could potentially get to that Conference League spot. However, I wouldn't count on it. As far as this game goes, I think this is going to be a fun one. I think that we're going to see a lot of chances here, quite the open football, guys. And for that reason, I'm going with both teams to score. It's minus 152. I'm kind of a scared to push this into over 2.5, but I definitely see at least a goal on each side. And then maybe if we are lucky, we see that third one from either side. But I think this is definitely going to be a highly entertaining game. The second game in Serie A, guys, is between Lazio and Torino. And I think this is going to be a very, very interesting game because we have Torino team that's very capable of beating the big teams in Serie A. And then again, we have Lazio on the other side who won their last 4 Serie A games. And they're now in second place with 61 points, which is the Champions League spot. And now officially they are the best defensive team in the league with only 20 conceded goals. This is one of those games where I definitely see the under going there, and I usually don't like to bet the unders, and I'm gonna avoid it here as well. But we simply have to go with the better team, and that is Lazio. We have to go with the team on this fantastic run, and the price on Lazio now is minus 120, guys, and I will take it before it drops any further. I think that Lazio will put up a nice fight here, and I think they get another win to kind of increase their winning streak and kind of stay firm on that second place and qualify for the Champions League next season. That's it for Serie A, guys, but we do have a couple of more picks in League 1. We have Auxerre hosting Lille, and I'm keeping this one simple, guys, without any complications, without adding goals or anything like that. Both teams in a pretty solid form right now. Auxerre on a 3-game winning streak. Lille losing only one of their last 6 games, but I think that Lille is the better team here. I think that they have more quality, and they're still fighting for that Champions League spot. So I'm taking Lille on the money line. It's minus 141. Might be better if you put it in a double with something else to get a nice plus money, because minus 141 seems a bit risky, but I do believe they will get a nice win on the road. And the second game of the day in League 1, guys, is going to be a real firecracker if you ask me, because we have Lens and Monaco facing off, two very strong teams, two highly effective teams in that attacking end, and two teams that have been playing in quite a good form. Lens is coming off of a loss against PSG 3-1, however they did score a goal, while Monaco is coming off of a nice win against Lorient at home. They won that game 3-1, and Lens only one loss at home this season, while Monaco has lost huge 9 games. Actually, what am I saying? Monaco has won 9 games on the road. They have 5 draws and they have only 1 loss. And they have been outstanding on the road so far this season, which is quite surprising. And they have been quite effective with an average of 2 scored goals per game. Like I said, I think this is going to be a firecracker between these two top teams in the French League 1 and two teams fighting for that Champions League spot, guys. So the logical way is with both teams to score an over 2.5, and we are getting it at nice plus money, guys. So it's plus 102. This is definitely a price that I will be taking, and I believe that this might be one of my premium picks for the day as well. That's it, guys. Like I said, 15 free picks for the day, for Saturday, that is. There is a parlay video up there as well, so check it out, guys. And feel free to leave a comment and tell us if you like this version or do you prefer it the other way better, and what else we might change, what else we might improve. And of course, if you want my best bets, click the link in the description of this video, and that will get you up to my page where you can sign up and see what else I have. That's it, guys. Enjoy your Saturday. Good luck with your bets, and I'll see you soon with more free picks.